On September 20th, 2006, at John's Sports Park in Douglas, Georgia, 39-year-old Doris Worrell was found shot, dead. Her husband, Jon Worrell, a grieving husband, claimed he discovered her body upon returning from errands. However, after 2 decades, the Doris Worrell case has finally been blown open, as Coffee County Sheriff GBI agent Jason Seachrist announced Friday that Jon Worrell, 57, was arrested on May 20th in Maryville, Missouri, after investigators secured new evidence with the cooperation of that live-in nanny, Paula Yarberry. However, 2 decades ago, she was singing a different tune, as we listen in, thanks to Crime Watch Daily, to the original story she gave to investigators. The nanny goes on to tell this outrageous story to authorities. After Jon leaves for the hardware store around 9:30 a.m., someone knocks on the door in another part of the park. Paula claims Doris goes to answer it. After that, Paula says she hears shouting, banging on metal, glass shattering, and gunshots. The attack is quick and brutal. As she was shot with a handgun, there was blood all over the place.
You know, did it make her whole head explode? But who would gun down this church-going mother of 3 in cold blood?
The first theory that came out was that it was a gang retaliation. The sports park was a good hangout spot, and there were some folks with gang connections that went out there that caused some trouble, and Jon had asked them to leave, and they came back to exact revenge. But that theory doesn't pass the smell test for Leanne.
Jon was concerned that if he were to divorce Loris, he would lose his children, and those thoughts that led him to begin recruiting someone to Berber his wife. Authorities say someone shot and ended Doris Worrell's life on September 20th, 2006, inside Jon Worrell's amusement park business. Early theories suggested a robbery gone wrong or business retaliation, and 2 arrests were made. At the time, Gildan Rodriguez and Brandon Cage were brought in, but investigators said that they later dropped the charges due to a lack of evidence to actually make a conviction. One lead indicated that this may have been retaliation by someone that Jon had banned from his business. That was investigated and found not to be true. Doris' sister Leanne Tuggle, who's been very vocal throughout these 2 decades, said that her ultimate demise was when she let the then 15 Yarberry stay on the family couch. This was the final blow to the already sinking ship, which was the Worrell family, as Yarberry sunk her teeth into Worrell and never let go. As a result of the growing tension from no evidence and mounting pressure in Coffee County, they had deported Yarberry. Investigators say Jon Worrell left Georgia, first moving to Florida, then to Costa Rica, where he lived with the deported Yarberry and raised Doris' children as their own. When Jon lost sympathy from the community and the investigation began to highlight him, he did what murderers do. He ran, but eventually returned to Costa Rica, where he and Yarberry continued to live together. Back in 2019, thanks to Crime Watch Daily, they sent private investigator Grimes to see if he can get some footage and actually speak to Worrell and Yarberry. However, he was met with a furious Paola and a bewildered Jon Worrell, as seen here.
He does. Turns out Jon owns a local ice delivery service.
There's a big guy in a red shirt coming out.
And then the shocker? Check out his partner.
She is.
Yep, old Nanny, new girlfriend. Paula Yarberry, now known by locals as Mrs. Worrell. In fact, we found a local newspaper article written in Spanish that refers to the couple as parents to Doris's children. That's right, happily living together in this tropical paradise is the entire Worrell clan, except, of course, for Doris.
This is going to be interesting.
And they look none too pleased about our cameras watching their every move. After several minutes of skulking out of view, Jon and Paula storm over to Frank's van.
All right, it looks like they're coming our way, the both of them.
It's not to sell him ice.
You know, he's coming here. Hold on, she's going in her pocket. Tranquilo. We're from the TV show, Front Watch Daily.
What the cameras miss here is a furious Paula slapping Jon's hand down when Frank reaches out to shake it.
Get away from there,
After ending their relationship, authorities say Jon Worrell relocated back to the States. A new agent assigned to the case as part of a regular GBI cold case review traveled to Costa Rica and secured Yarberry's cooperation, which authorities say was key to obtaining arrest warrants for Worrell. Jon Worrell was extradited to Georgia and is being held in the Coffee County Jail. The case file is being prepared for review by the District Attorney's Office. Nearly 19 years later, justice is within reach. The pursuit of truth and accountability continues as a senseless act of violence ruined lives for an eternity. And as this case is set to take center stage in the national spotlight, let's take a look at the highlights from last week's press conference following the arrest of Jon Worrell by Coffee County Sheriff's Department and the GBI.
While the road has been long and often frustrating, William never gave up. Justice delayed is still justice. And today we honor Doris and her loved ones with the long-awaited breakthrough.
She was known as a loving and caring person by all who knew her. What murderers do, he ran.
She's missed her children growing up. She's missed my children. She's missed a lifetime of fun and a lifetime of happiness.
Justice must always be pursued, no matter how much time has passed.
A new GBI agent picked up the case. Investigators tracked down Paula Yarberry, who's not a person of interest.
This moment is a testament to the strength of teamwork and preservation